Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York. Today has been a busy scene for the fondly dubbed Babby Pack, because any time now, within the next couple of hours, they are planning to do something downright foolish and make a nice little trip to the Amazon, which is just always in good taste. And as part of the preparations, and as a step in her process of frantically running about and collecting needed items, counting out how many Gaia's breaths the lot of them can hold, any number of silly things, Maeve will make an aside and very purposefully, at least briefly, stride out of the sept to retrieve, after some thought, not necessarily a cup of coffee, because she gets the funniest feeling she'll get it wrong somehow. But instead buys, with her admittedly dwindling, well, not dwindling, finally regaining fundage, probably something along the lines of a $25 gift card to Starbucks. And, well, you know, do the whole song and dance, come back, cleanse, walk back onto Sept, and hands in pockets will go on a hunt for that corax. He's around here somewhere. Probably in a public area.
Yep. He's pretending to sleep on the grass near the softball nets.
He does like high traffic areas, doesn't he?
Yep.
Go figure. And so she'll wander his direction, probably come over and just kind of sit herself, not like directly all up ons right next to him, but a couple feet away, and plop down in the grass, kind of stick her arms up on top of her knees, look around.
He holds out his hand in a sort of like he's expecting you to hand him something.
She kind of blinks, but will fish into her pocket and hand him the gift card and kind of watch him to see if that seems to be exactly what he expected or if he expected something else, because she's kind of lost.
Yeah, his hand is positioned like you're expecting to hand, like he's expecting you to hand him a cup.
I know it's not quite the same, but I didn't want to get it wrong.
I'd say points for effort, but meh. And he drops on the ground.
What, the card?
Yep.
Do you want me to make another walk out and get you an actual cup of coffee?
Well, yes. Yes, I would. You know how at Christmas time you get presents?
I do.
You know how it's really nice to be given a present, but you know what, the relatives that you don't really know very well, and they just give you money?
Oh, that's just mean. As a comparison, that's just mean. Then tell me how you like your coffee, Edward.
He gives you a description, which is actually really, really basic. It's like, I don't do coffee at all, but it's literally just like a latte.
I was going to say, it's going to be like a latte or like just their black house roast. Everyone drinks this bullshit coffee.
Yep.
And she'll probably facepalm. And snag up the card and kind of flick it onto his chest because he's still laying there and say, well, then that can be an apology for getting it wrong the first time. And we'll get up and we'll, no shit, go and buy him a fucking cup of coffee. Or a latte. Probably Starbucks, since he pointed it out last time.
Yep.
Regardless of coffee being the devil, she's not lingering. God damn it! It must be safe this one time. Well, this second time in a row. God damn it. Maebh will, meanwhile, be really, really paranoid about her luck the whole time that she goes and fetches this cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Or this latte. Whatever the heck he said.
Yeah.
And she'll go through the whole process again of coming back, doing a cleansing, and then walking back over, and not necessarily expecting to find him in the same spot, but starting there
Can
anyways.
you make me a perception alertness check, please?
I will make you a perception alertness check. That is a thing that I can do. I get 2.
By Starbucks and near the Sept, there was a raven looking at you.
That rat bastard. She will not acknowledge the raven because that's what crazy people do.
It's in the exact. He is in the exact same place that you saw him before.
Does he still have the gift card on his chest?
Yes, he does. But it's upside down.
Yep. She will walk right back over and plop right back in the exact same depression in the grass and wait for the hand to pop out again.
And it does.
And this time he gets his cup.
See? It's really simple. Isn't it nice when you get things for Christmas?
It is. I would hate to leave you feeling disappointed.
Points for effort. Now, I'm presuming, seeing as you walked to Starbucks and back twice, that you actually need me for something.
I do have questions, and I don't know that anyone else has the answers. So, yes, I do need you. Probably for a more private conversation, as opposed to an open-air conversation. Unless you want me to try this code talking thing again that I'm really bad at.
It is more fun.
I will make the effort.
It's I'm pretty sure that your department rules don't forbid fun, although there is one that kind of is anti-fun.
No, they don't expressly forbid fun. Just in a roundabout and casually fun-stomping way. I don't know. But there isn't specifically a no fun rule.
That's good.
So, my friends and I are about to go on a trip. And we were sitting around thinking about what all we might see, the sights, the natives, and, you know, photo opportunities and whatnot.
Where are you going on holiday?
Oh, we're going to South America.
Carnival? Carnival?
If
Or
only.
maybe it's the Olympics.
The Olympics?
Yeah, Rio this year.
Oh, no, I didn't even know that. No, we decided we'd like to go extreme backpacking, you know, in as inhospitable a place as we could think of. So, you know, the Amazon was right on top of that list.
It's pretty inhospitable.
That's what I'm told.
Yeah. Yeah, the locals don't like your lot very much.
That's what I was going to talk to you about, actually.
Yeah. They're an angry bunch. Deep down, you've got so much in common with your whole attitude to life. I mean, it's definitely a case of similar personalities clash, you know.
Oh. Well, that's just lovely. I was hoping maybe you would know ways that we could maybe pass through their territory without doing them undue insult or drawing more negative attention than necessary. Can't have angry native folk just chasing you all around the place.
I mean, you can stick with others. Hide. Or just not go there. But you know the thing? Here's the thing. And I know that you and your friends kind of struggle a little bit with this idea. It's a little bit complicated. Especially you and your family.
Blink?
Sometimes it's just someone else's place. And you know what? Have you ever had someone break into your house? Or just
No.
walk in without permission?
I mean, I wasn't
Wouldn't you
there,
be
but yeah,
pretty-
I've had a door busted off the hinges before.
Weren't you pretty salty about it?
Well, I definitely wasn't happy. It was going on winter. Not a good time to be without a door.
Yeah. And I mean, do you watch the Discovery Channel?
Mm-hmm.
Of course you do.
Well, I mean,
Really,
sometimes.
I mean, it's not even on late at night for your lot, is it? And he gives you a big, dirty wink.
Blink. Like, she gets what he's doing, but she doesn't know why. That much is very obvious. Well, the problem is there's someone we need to talk to who lives there, and I don't know any other way to talk to them. I can't ask them to come here. That would be disastrous.
I mean, unless you're going to talk to the department boss over there, I mean...
I think that's the plan. We've sent word ahead that we're coming.
So you do know if you speak to him, the natives are going to be really, really upset. I mean, he's straight up one of the people they have a major problem with.
I mean, there are other groups down there. There's other extended family of Chinos down there that live there, and we sent word to them as well. Could we... I mean, I guess it's not even a polite gesture to send word to them the same way. It would just be asking to have a greeting party when we got there, not necessarily the nice kind.
Yeah, see, because well, okay. The head of your little associates is kind of related to Olaf.
Mm-hmm.
You know what Olaf's family are like.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some of Chino's, and they get along so well. And then, like I say, you watch the Discovery Channel. So if, you know, unlike Chino's family, which come from the other bits of South America, and Olaf's family, imagine that's, you know, your home, and you know how much of it's getting knocked down every day?
Too much.
Yep. Yep. So there's also a load of other just bad, wormy shit.
Yeah, that's what I hear. I mean, if it was possible to contact these natives and say the enemy of my enemy is my friend, and that we would help them maybe with their problems if they would let us pass through, it's a nice thought, but will that actually... Do you think that's likely, or do you think that we'll just get a really nasty welcome party when we get there?
I've never really spoken to them. Depending on where you're going, I can speak to people, but I don't know.
Well, I can...
Well, but what I can tell you is, I've heard they're a bit like you guys. So if one of, you know, the dancers came to you and said, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, let's go spider hunting, what would you do?
I see your point.
Wars are bad. You don't trust people on the other side. Because, yeah,
Because you'd expect them to kill you as soon as it was over.
even if they're not just going to use you as cannon fodder, or
Like
stab
at
you in the
best,
back in the
yeah.
middle of combat, or just try and get into your house without busting the door off and then kill everybody.
Well, crap.
I mean, I've heard enough about you. You know that not everything can be sunshine and rainbows.
No, I know. I just try to make it sunshine and rainbows as often as possible. I know a lot of my family does other things to stay happy and to distract themselves from the bad things. This is what I do.
Yeah. Well, it's better than blaming everyone else. I'd say that much.
I don't see where that makes anyone happy. Now everyone's mad. I'm not even mad about the right thing.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it's hard to tell exactly what you're pissed off at, or why people are doing something. But most of all, you know, sometimes people blame other people for things, and it's kind of reasonable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, okay. You know that... You know how you are allergic to silver jewelry?
Mm-hmm.
You know that I'm not?
I didn't, actually. But that's really neat.
No, it's not.
Why not?
So... Right. Here's what happens. You didn't know you were allergic to silver at one point.
Mm-hmm.
And you just picked up a fork in my house. Or someone picked up a fork in my house. And they all got burnt up. Made him salty. Blame the person who hands them the silver knife. Say, you knew what you were doing. That's how it rolls.
She just kind of shakes her head in vague disappointment. I don't suppose you know anything we could do to make nice with the natives, if it comes down to it, if there's the opportunity. Besides go away, obviously, which they would prefer.
I mean, not really. I do know that talking counts far more than counts for very, very, very little. Very little. Everyone can say they're nice.
Yeah. Empty words aren't worth much.
And are so very easy.
Very true. Well, any You seem like the good person to ask. Any advice for our trip, besides maybe you just shouldn't go there at all?
I mean, I'm pretty sure I can't think of a reason why anyone would want to go there unless they were going to go and work there. It's not a good place.
I'm sure we'll end up working. Even if we didn't want to. Our job's our job.
Yep. Live for work. Yeah. Specifics, to be honest, not my field.
Fair.
I deal with your lot, lumberjacks, my lot. Anything where it snows.
I hadn't really thought about that as a binding feature, but I guess that's true.
It's because, here's the other thing, like, don't pack long sleeves.
No. A lot of water tablets, not a lot of long sleeves.
Yep, and don't eat the frogs.
Oh, no. That would be a terrible idea.
But they look like candy.
They probably do. Well, there's one more thing I'm curious if you have an opinion on.
Mm-hmm.
You know my buddy Garrett, right?
Not met him, but heard about him.
And I mean, you know about his new
Yeah, he got a promotion.
Yep. That's the word I was looking for. Exactly. So there's a project we're all working on, and we have 4 goals. But we only seem to have 3 work groups. And we've got an idea of how to tackle that, what order to tackle it in. Probably to take out the 3 most straightforward projects and then all come together to work on the latter far more complicated project. But I didn't know if you maybe had some insight to the best way to or to at least what you believed was the best way to tackle this whole ordeal.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much the sensible thing. I mean, if it's the one that I was talking to the others about before, parts 1 to 3 are required for part 4.
Well, there's that, but
you do part 4 and it's not got any wheels and won't go anywhere.
Well, there's that, but there's also this. Just one portion of it is going to require reaching 4 different goals to complete the entire project, and we can only tackle 3 at a time with our 3 work groups. So,
I mean, if it's the research part, the librarians will have the best idea.
She blinks for a second.
If it's the infrastructure stuff, doesn't really matter which order you do that in.
I'm pretty sure it's the infrastructure bit. But it's good to know that you don't have some pressing opinion about us being stupid in that regard. So,
Not
you
in
can't
that
be doing
regard.
it, but so bad.
So, not in that regard. I'm sure you'll headbutt your ways through. And he reaches out and taps Maebh on the head with his knuckles.
And she'll kind of scrunch her brow and shake her head a bit after the tapping. Well, we seem to be pretty good at it, so I guess if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
What was it you were saying to me so much? Know your place? Know your job?
Yep.
It's not the most glamorous job, but it's our job to do it, so...
I disagree. I mean... it's pretty much the most glamorous job.
I don't tend to think of headbutting through things as being glamorous.
I mean, have you ever filled out forms in triplicate?
You have a point.
What I do is I lie on the grass and wait for people to come and talk to me. Occasionally I come and tell you things. It's not exactly glamorous.
Well, yeah, but it only takes one of you to direct a whole lot of us.
Don't get me wrong, it's kind of useful, but it's not it's not exactly glorious, and I don't win awards.
Well, fair enough. You totally followed me, didn't you?
What makes you say that?
I mean, it's not like... Probably.
You think you're clever, don't you?
No, not... We went over this last time, not especially.
You're still lying. Why would I want to follow you?
Potentially to see if I was doing what I said I was doing. See if I was earnest. I don't know. Or because it's just really funny to know that you would go all the way there and back, but still have me do it for you.
Whichever one you want to think. That I followed you, that I didn't follow you. Which one do you like?
It's not liking. I was just curious, really.
Good trait to have.
I mean, I can't learn anything about you if I don't notice anything you do.
No. It's true. But why do you need to learn?
Because you're interesting and I like you.
Why do I want you to learn?
Huh?
Why would I want you to learn?
Hopefully, you wouldn't think there was anything wrong with it. Hopefully you wouldn't mind being known and recognized for what you're doing for once.
I don't care that much, to be totally honest. But suffice to say that knowledge is really everything that my lot care about. It's everything. It's what we do. We learn things. We find stuff out. We actually share it quite a lot. But it's also what makes us strong and what gives us any ability to do anything.
Huh.
I think we respect it more than you lot do.
Probably. I mean, I know I'll never know more about you than you want me to, for what that's worth.
What makes you say that?
Well, I'm not the kind to use dishonest means to learn, and I imagine you'll have a better idea of anything I'm trying to do than I will, then I'll be good at hiding it or being subtle about it. You keep accusing me of thinking I'm clever in a pretty derogatory way, which means that you believe you're more clever than me, which is probably true, let's be honest. So it's not like I think I'm going to get anything by you.
You can dream. You never know. You'll make mistakes.
If that ever does happen, I will make sure to mark it on my calendar and celebrate it annually. Like a birthday.
Very good. I expect people will get you more than gift certificates.
I can dream. Well, I appreciate what you have been able to tell me. It at least helps me understand the perspective of the people we might come across, which is worth something for all that it may not come to actual use. At least I understand a little bit.
Understanding will go a long way. But I'm sure some ancient mystic would tell you as well. You need to understand what you are and what your family are like to understand what the others think of you. And until you understand and accept that that's much, even if you don't approve of it, what you are, and you think that what happened was wrong, or whatever. Maybe you think, probably do think it was wrong, either that or you're a psychopath, which is entirely possible.
I don't think I'd make a very good
The fact
psychopath.
is, it's the grounds on which others will judge you. Really, because it's pretty much genetic. Maybe you're like less psychopath.
Yeah. I like to think so anyways.
Most definitely are. You come and you ask questions and you're very polite.
I try. I don't feel like you would be half as willing to talk to me if I wasn't.
I just like people to be honest about what they are. I'm totally honest. I don't mind a psychopath who knows what they are. Well, I like Olaf.
Well, I'm glad you like Olaf. At least. No, the more I learn, the less I like it. And it's funny because when I first started staying with my extended family, I was kind of in awe of how much the people that I know right here and right now put so much weight on the actions of people who have been dead for generations and generations and generations. But the more I learn, the more I kind of understand why, but it still seems so harsh when you sit back and look at it logically.
Logic ain't got naught to do with it.
Yeah, that seems to be the trend.
Well, it makes sense. I mean, logic was thought up in as like a conceptual system hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago in ancient Greece. It's a distinctly human trait. See the problem?
Sorry, I missed the last bit.
It's a distinctly human thing.
It is. Good point. It's still just one of those things. I mean, if tomorrow some cousin of mine did something horrible to some cousin of Olaf's, it doesn't mean that, I mean, from a human standpoint, it doesn't mean that he and I should suddenly be at each other's throats. That's their actions and they're responsible for them, but...
Do you read the news? Or do you know much about history?
I strive not to read the news most of the time. It's depressing.
Do you know anything about history?
A little?
Gavrilo Princip was just one person did one bad thing to an Austrian.
Yeah. That's kind of what I'm starting to grasp.
Responsible for kind of everyone else's actions in a really sucky way.
Yeah.
So, lots of these things you don't have to like, it's just about accepting. And trying to fix them is laudable.
I didn't really think about it so much until recently, that the things that I thought were so silly to cling on to and be angry about are now things that I'm having to think about and factor in anytime I take an action involving anyone, really.
Nothing's in a vacuum.
Nope.
Don't think you'd want it to be, would you? You like to do nice things. You
Oh,
went
yeah.
and got me coffee twice. Okay. Isn't it better that they're judged in the context of hundreds of years of not nice things?
I mean, I guess technically it looks better by comparison, but at the same time, after hundreds of years of not nice things, at that point I'd just be fighting an uphill battle. I get a lot further starting from a neutral position and doing something nice than I do starting at the bottom of a well and taking, 2 steps up. Well, that's great. I'm still far below where other people are.
Yeah. You're the one who's climbing the well.
Well, yeah, but everyone else is out of the well and talking like friends. If I'm having to fight my way up from a lower point, yeah, sure, my gestures look really nice compared to, that other stuff that happened, but we wouldn't have started on neutral terms. We would have started on bad terms. And you'd probably be calling me stupid a lot more often.
Yeah. Well, but here's the thing. Your lot outnumber all the rest of us. Massively. So actually most people are in the well.
We may, but not for a good reason.
Doesn't have to be a good reason. The well doesn't care.
You talk a painful amount of sense.
Thank you.
It's actually kind of nice. I'm not going to lie. I mean, it's not nice to hear every time, but it's nice that you're being straightforward. And you just make your point. You don't say because I say so. You don't say because it's always been this way. You actually make your point.
We have different rules.
I think I like your rules better sometimes.
I'm pretty sure there's some of them you wouldn't like.
Probably.
But yeah. Your rules are kind of dumb, but some of them are there for very good reasons. Pretty much all of them are there for very good reasons, actually.
Yeah.
Problem is that you let the Nate smiles at the thought before he says, "Let bitches have an opinion."
Oh, I did the thing you told me to. You told me to get it out of the way. I mean, it wasn't... It was still very cut and dry, but...
Good.
But I did do it.
That's good. You feel better?
I mean, like I said, it was still very clear who I was and who they were. It wasn't like it was someone that I could sympathize with. So I imagine there will still be worse. But knowing that I can do it, which kind of honestly surprised me. Though I know
it's in your blood.
Yeah. But no, I did it. I did it by myself.
Keep doing it until it becomes fun.
She kind of pulls a face, wrinkled nose, like it's kind of the immature face, not earnest disgust, but it's definitely that. But I don't want to eat my green beans face again.
If you realize it's a bad thing that you find fun, you'll exercise responsibility with it.
I don't know. Based on past trends, maybe we should exercise a little more responsibility with it.
That's my point. If you're responsible but you still do it, that's the best bit, really.
Do your job, but understand what your job is.
Yeah, exactly. And say, you suck if you didn't enjoy your job. If you can, you'll be happier.
I suppose. I hope that you'll still be around if I ever do keep doing my job, even when I shouldn't be, so that you can rap me on the forehead and tell me to stop being stupid.
I may be around. I'll probably fly away. But we'll see what the powers that be command.
Fair enough. Well, you have been enlightening, as usual.
And you brought me coffee.
I will continue that trend.
Go pack.
Yep.
And I don't want any airport chocolates.
You don't?
No. That's like the travel present equivalent of money.
What if I'm just giving them to you because I don't like chocolate or something? I don't know.
That's even worse.
I'll I'll see if I can bring you back something interesting. I make no promises.
That counts. Enjoy.
Oh yeah. And I guess with that, Maeve will go ahead and get up out of the grass, dust herself off a bit, brush the back of her jeans, and get her bearings, kind of wave idly, and start heading, that away. And with that, I will end this scene. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, strangely numerous watchers, for watching. And we will see you next time on the Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York.